Hi friends, my name is Nandita. I am from Andhra Pradesh.
Children, now let us discuss about digestion and absorption. Children, now let us discuss about digestive glands. The digestive glands includes those glands that are the part of alimentary canal and helps in the process of digestion of food material. Let us discuss about first salivary glands. There are the digestive glands that results in the secretion of the saliva and are found in the oral cavity. In humans, salivary glands are in three pairs. One is parotid glands, sublingual glands, and third one is submandibular or submaxillary glands. Children, let us discuss what are parotid glands. Parotid glands are large and are found just below in front of the ears. Sublingual glands are located on the floor of the mouth below the tongue. The submandibulary glands and submaxillary glands located below the angles of the lower jawbone. These glands are responsible for the secretion of the saliva, and through the salivary ducts it reaches the oral cavity. The saliva is clear water fluid, and in humans it is secreted per day about 1.5 liters. It is alkaline in nature and it is composed of 99% of water and other substance 0.5% that include the digestive enzymes like electrolytes, mucin, inorganic salts. In man, starch digesting enzymes are present in the saliva called salivary amylase along with an antimicrobial agent known as lysoenzyme. The role of salivary amylase is to digest the starch and glucogen and convert them into maltose. It is not found in the case of cows, buffaloes, goats, tigers, and lions, etc. The electrolytes like NaK, K, Cl, HCO3, etc. are found in the saliva are formed from the blood plasma, serous fluid, and mucus. Children, now let us discuss the functions of saliva are. The first one, it prevents those activities in the oral cavity that leads to deterioration. It removes the pathogenic bacteria, and saliva contains thiokinate ions and proteolytic enzymes that helps in destroying bacteria found in the oral cavity. The proteins present in the saliva helps in destroying bacteria found in the oral cavity that leads to dental caries. Now let us discuss about the another gland which is called liver. Liver is the largest gland in the human body whose weight is about 1.2 to 1.5 kg in adult in the abdominal region at the right upper part that is just below the diaphragm. The liver is bilobed having two lobes. There are small left lobe and a large right lobe. The lobules make the structure of the liver and performs functions. These are surrounded by a capsule called Gibson's capsule. The lobules consist of hepatic cells, Kupffer cells, and blood-filled spaces called sinusoids. The hepatic cells result in the secretion of bile. The Kupffer cells helps in the digestion of bacteria, and damaged blood cells, foreign particles, etc. The liver secretes bile juice that is greenish in color, the alkaline in nature. It consists of various substances that include pigment, mucin, cholesterol, phospholipids, water, bile salts. The bile pigments are of two types. One is biliverdin and second one is bilirubin. The biliverdin is a green pigment while bilirubin is a reddish yellow pigment. Bile salts including sodium taurocolite and sodium glycocolite that helps them in digesting the fats and also absorbing fat soluble vitamins like vitamin A, D, E and K. In bile, enzymes are absent. It then passed into the hepatic ducts. The gallbladder results in the formation of the cystic. The hepatic and the cystic duct together form a common bile juice and then join with an pancreatic duct that results in the formation of a common hepatopancreatic duct. The sphincter that surrounded the common duct is called sphincter of Oddi. Children, now let us discuss about the pancreases. There are the part of the digestive gland that are elongated and are found in bend of the duodenal loop. It is the second largest gland in the human body after the liver, and it is about 12 to 15 centimeters long, having reddish yellow color. They help in the secretion of pancreatic juice, which is a clear, watery, alkaline fluid consisting a large number of enzymes that helps in the digestion of starch, proteins, lipids and nucleic acids. The pancreatic juice is then passed into the pancreatic duct or duct of Vishsung that later combines with the combined bile duct and result in the formation of hepatopancreatic duct, which opens into the duodenal loop. The pancreas is composed of parts like the endocrine and exocrine parts. The exocrine part is composed of glandular chambers called acini or alveoli that helps in the secretion of alkaline pancreatic juice having enzymes. The endocrine part of composed of isolates of Langerhans that are scattered patches of cells and result in the secretion of the hormones insulin and glucagon. It is composed of three types of cells. Alpha cells secrete of glucagon, beta cells secrete of insulin, delta cells secrete of somatostatin. Children, now let us discuss about the digestion of food. The process of digestion involves in two processes, mechanical and chemical. Let us see what is mechanical digestion. Mechanical digestion is a process of breakdown of food into the much simpler compounds by the process of mastication, insalivation, and lastly by the peristaltic movement of the wall of the alimentary canal. Now let us see what is the chemical digestion. The chemical digestion occurs with the help of various chemicals that are secreted by the mouth region, mainly saliva, which gets mixed with the food particles and helps in the partial digestion. The saliva is composed of various substances that include mucin, thiocyanate, lysoenzyme and patilene that result in complete digestion. The mucin is a glycoprotein that helps in providing the lubrication to the food particles and helps them in swallowing the food. Lysozyme. The lysozyme is a bactericidal that kills the harmful bacteria. The saliva consists of patilene that helps in digesting starch and converts it into maltose. In mouth, only 30% of starch is digested. Next one, patilene is found in the saliva of the humans due to the food which is consumed is mainly composed of starch. The function of patilene is to digest only ripe and cooked starch while the raw starch cannot be digested by it. The teeth and tongue are responsible for the mastication, lubrication and addition of food into the bolus after mixing with the saliva and are then transferred into the pharynx by the process of swallowing. The process of swallowing is a reflex action that occurs along with the peristaltic wave and result in the pushing of the food into various parts of the alimentary canal. The bolus moves to the esophagus and with the help of peristaltic movements in the esophagus, the food then enters into the stomach via gastroesophageal sphincter. Let us see the digestion in the stomach. The process of digesting the food particles in the stomach is known as gastric digestion. The bolus after salivation enters the stomach and result in the straightening of its walls called rugae. These walls then crush, knead and churns the food particle and mix them with the DraStic juices. They are released by DraStic juice secreted by Digestive Glands. There are 4 types of cells that produce the secretion of Digestive Glands and is located all over the inner region of the stomach. The first glands are called as mucous neck cells or goblet cells. They help in secreting the mucus, which is alkaline in nature and helps in protecting the epithelium from the action of hydrochloric acid. These cells are located in the fundic, cardiac, and pyloric regions of the stomach. Next one is peritial cells or auxiliary cells. These are also located in the fundic, cardiac, and pyloric region of the stomach. They result in the secretion of the hydrochloric acid, which is in turn result in the activation of the pepsin enzyme from the gastric glands that helps in the digestion of proteins. Their function is to destroy the microorganisms that they have entered along with the food. Chief cells. They help in the secretion of pepsin enzyme that are found in the fundic region. G cells. These are found in the fundic, pyloric, and gastric region of the stomach that result in the secretion of gastroenzyme and are responsible for the secretion of hydrochloric acid. The secretion of gastric glands together consists of gastric juices that are acidic in reaction and contains dilute HCl. The gastric juices is composed of about 99% of water and the remaining amount is pepsinogen, gastric lipase, prorenine, mucus, biocarbonates, HCl, etc. The food is stored in the stomach for about 4 to 6 hours. The food will become acidic after it undergoes gastric digestion, resulting in the formation of semi-digested paste-like form known as chyme. The chyme is then transferred through the pyloric sphincter of the stomach little by little into duodenum of the small intestine. The protection of lubrication of the mucosal epithelium are due to the presence of mucus and bicarbonates in the gastric juice. They protect the mucosal epithelium from getting destroyed under the effect of the highly concentrated HCl. Children, now let us discuss the digestion in the intestine. The chyme formed enters the small intestine where it first reaches the duodenum. In the duodenum, the process of digestion occurs and it results in an increase in the osmotic pressure. The bile secreted from the liver results in the neutralization of the acidic chyme. It then passes to the alkaline part of the pancreatic juice and then the mucus is secreted by the Berners gland. In the GGM and ileum region of small intestine, the food gets mixed with the bile, mucus and pancreatic juices along with the intestinal juices called succus enterosis. Here the complete digestion occurs due to the presence of chemical action of various digestive enzymes in the intestinal juice and also through the peristaltic and pendulous movement of the intestine. Children, now let us discuss about intestinal glands. Here there are two types of intestinal glands are present. First is called crypts of Libercon and Berners gland. Let us discuss what is crypts of Libercon. There are the invaginations of the mucosa located in the small intestine in between the villi and it is at the base of villi. They are composed of three types of secreting cells. First one is goblet cells, pancreatic cells and enterocytes. Let us discuss about goblet cells. Goblet cells are responsible for the secretion of mucus. Pennate cells are responsible for the secrete large number of digestive enzymes. Second one is enterocytes. These are responsible for secreted water and electrolytes. Now let us discuss about another gland which is called Berners gland. There are tubular glands located in the submucosa of the duodenum. Berners gland. They are the tubular glands located in the submucosa of the duodenum. They result in the secretion of a viscous alkaline enzyme free and water fluid called mucoid fluid that helps the duodenum to withstand the acidic chyme that enters through the stomach and it is then neutralized by the help of the alkaline pancreatic juice and bile juice. Both the intestinal and Berners glands secrete together are called succus enterosis having slightly straw colored alkaline fluid along with a number of enzymes, inorganic salts, and mucus. The food, after it is fully digested, will form a semi fluid known as chyle. From the chyle, the digested food then undergoes absorption. Children, now let us see the action of pancreatic enzymes and are the intestinal enzymatic actions are. The macromolecules break down into the duodenum region while their absorption occurs into the GGM and ileum region of the small intestine. The food particles that remain undigested will move into the large intestine via the ileocecal valve. Large intestine. The large intestine is the region where the absorption of fluid occurs. It involves the absorption of water and minerals while it involves secreted mucus for the process of adhering and lubrication. The food that remains undigested will result in the formation of solid wastes called feces. These are stored temporarily, another organ called the rectum, and lastly it is moved out from the anus of the body by the process of defecation. Children, let us discuss about absorption of the food. The process is performed by an alimentary canal which helps in taking up by the digested food particles, food products and other nutrients and transforming them into other cells or tissues of the body is called absorption. The products formed after digestion include glucose, fatty acids, amino acids, glycerol, pyrimidines, purines, mineral salts, water, vitamins, etc. The main site where the food is digested occurs in the small intestine. The major process of absorption occurs in the ileum of the small intestine. The digested food products in the small intestine are absorbed with the help of the microvilli of the absorptive cells, while the absorption of water occurs in the large intestine. The absorption of the digested food occurs via passive absorption or active absorption or by facilitated transport mechanism. Let us see about simple diffusion and facilitated diffusion. Children, simple diffusion helps in the absorption of amino acids, glucose and some electrolytes like chloride ions. Facilitated diffusion occurs with the help of carries ions like Na+ that helps in the absorption of fructose and some amino acids. On the basis of the osmotic gradient, the transport of waters occurs. When the transport is against the concentration gradient, it is called active transport. To transport by this method, the energy is required in the form of ATP. It is result in the absorption of amino acids, electrolytes like Na+, monosaccharides, glucose, etc. The fatty acids and glycerol are found to be insoluble and cannot be absorbed by the blood. So they first need to break down into smaller droplets called micelles, which move into the intestinal mucosa, where they are converted into small protein coated fat globules and are then transferred into lymph vessel into villi. Then from there it reaches to the bloodstream. The absorption of food occurs in the mouth, stomach, small intestine and large intestine, while most of the absorption occurs in the small intestine only. The process of transfer of absorbed food into different tissues via blood is called assimilation. The food which is undigested is stored in the form of solid waste called as feces in the rectum, which is then removed out after the process of defecation which occurs at the neural reflection. Thank you.